As Kurama opens his eyes again after dying, he notices there isn't a lot of chakra around anymore. I know it would have took him a while to regenerate, but he thought he found a source. But he doesn't know where he is at the moment, as he hears the cry of a newborn baby. As he calls out, "Ah, friend, not this crap again." As he begins to look through the child's eyes, he sees a woman with darkish green hair. It's like, what is this? What is this feeling? It seems like chakra, but she have a very limited amount of it, almost imbecile. What are these feelings? It's like everyone around this in this world, around this area, have some sort of custom Genkai. And this kid, he doesn't seem to have any chakra at all. In order for him to survive, I'm going to need to forcefully build his chakra network. Wait, he does have one. It's like it was forcefully removed from him. I'm going to have to try building his chakra network so he don't die while he's in me. Crap. As Kurama as Kurama begins working and funneling his chakra through a young Izuku Midoriya, and Inko, while raising, she noticed at some points his eyes would turn red like a fox, as she believes it's just his quirk awakening, so she doesn't bat much of an eye to it. But currently he's dormant, and one day they go to the hospital, and the doctor says, "I'm sorry, but it's never going to happen. Izuku Midoriya doesn't have a quirk." As Uncle says, that doesn't make sense. His eyes turn like red to a flood. Are you trying to tell me I put a low setting? Yes. Like, see, Midoriya, he has this double joint in his, and until only corkless people have this feature, he's not going to be able to develop a cork. And Midoriya is crutch, and Kurama's like, "What are you talking about? He had a cork. He doesn't. He have power. He has chakra, so he doesn't understand how that makes any sense. He's been here this whole time. He felt that power. It's like it was forced. It was almost as if it was forcefully removed. As Teoda's not scary kid, he's in his Shibu form. At the age of about 5, he appears in front of Midoriya and he begins to explain who and what he is. And Midoriya asks if Kurama can help him become a hero. As Kurama says yes, he's not going to leave this world until until you die of old age, until you have kids. So I might even stay here a little longer than that kid. As they begin training, and in his mindscape, Kurama have tried teaching Deku how to how to use his quirk, well, his powers as chakra efficiently, teaching him basic techniques. Since he had to forcibly build his chakra network since he didn't have much of any at all, he's been funneling chakra into this kid, into you, since you're a newborn baby. So right now, you should have as much as you should have as much as the Uzumaki, and it seems somehow in this world you are a Uzumaki, and I can sense a dojitsu within you. It seems to have the Byakugan also. I don't know how you have this, but you're somehow a hybrid of a Uzumaki and Hyuga. As Midoriya asks, what exactly are those? As he says, don't worry about it yet. You're not going to be able to use those quite yet. Maybe when you're about 10, I'll teach you how to activate them completely. Especially animanium chains, if you have them. You might even have the healing factor for Uzumaki. This is going to be perfect. We're more compatible than I first initially thought, kid. As Midoriya, ever since the age of 6, he's been training to properly funnel Kurama chakra. He's been doing working out. He's been doing exercises and practicing his chakra control every single month. And Kurama began to teach him a few jutsus, such as the shadow clone jutsu, wall walking, and water walking every time since Midoriya apartment complex does have a pool. I'm adding that in for plot convenience. He managed to teach Midoriya the chakra shows exercises, and Midoriya could now code himself, speeding up the chakra process. As when Deku reached around 9 or 10 years old, strain sprouts out of his back, and they're nearly uncontrollable as Kurama has to forcibly take over Deku's body and reel them back in. Okay, you're going to need a lot more practice before you're able to use those effectively. As Midoriya here, not only do they have the effects as the Uzumaki chakra trains in the canon of Naruto, he's going to be able to use them almost like almost like Black Whoop, and that's going to be really effective later on. As Kurama have Naruto in his mindscape so nobody get too suspicious, use the multi-chakra Jitsu, making about, let's just say at this point he have enough chakra comparable to your free tails in the canon of Naruto. It uses some multi-chakra Jitsu to speed up his control process for animanium trains, and in the span of a year in the real world, while all the experiences clone out, he's been able to master them, and Kurama taught him how to use this Byakugan from the limited knowledge he had. It basically how to turn it on and turn it off. Though he can't really teach Midoriya any of the Hyuga techniques because he doesn't really know any. He knows that Naruto was a master of the Byakugan when he had to repair his chakra network, but he doesn't really remember much from it. And in order to properly use KCM, since Kurama can gather nature energy, he created his own version of Sage Mode, and ever since Deku was 6, he's been training him how to use his own personalized version of Sage Mode, and Naruto and Deku have been practicing it ever since, creating his own box variation of Sage Mode. And Deku, on his 14th birthday, he began to train, and he can finally activate the one tail cloak without it damaging his body. And Kurama says, this is all you can do for now. Anything more than this damage, I wish you was more like the Shinobi of our world, but I guess it's going to be harder here. She should never had a neck vert to begin with in the first place. And since Kurama does know a few techniques, he taught Naruto. I keep saying Naruto. He taught Deku how to use the Rasengan, and he doesn't have any elemental release. Maybe it's self to win, since I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure what Kurama's chakra nature is, but I'm just going to say it's wind. And he teaches him a few variations of wind techniques, like the Bell Palm, Wind Bullet, like Shikaku, in his own wind, in a few wind styles to enhance his punches with wind in order to cut villains in half. Well, I know you're a bit of a picky dude, but we cut and his boss stage. Well, imagine it like the Toad stage, but instead of Toad eyes, it's boss eyes, and it's way stronger. Since Midoriya can't handle Kurama Chakra, Kurama simply gathers nature energy for him every time he trains with it and uses it in there. And in there, he can use the Rasen Shuriken, but not as big as Naruto. So it's way smaller than what Naruto's was. So he's able to throw them in order not to damage his hands. But we cut to Midoriya Classroom, and he teaches us, I know you all want to be heroes. Oh, look at this. We have 2 students applying to UA, which is Midoriya and Bakugo. As Bakugo is a bit infuriated that Midoriya is applying to the same school. Not for any note he doesn't believe Deku have a court, because he notices Deku's body. He notices things he does. So he changes the training sometimes. It's more like he thought they was friends, and he generally believes that Deku have been looking down on him this entire time, and he gets infuriated at it, and he blows up Midoriya's notebook. And Midoriya still being shy and timid, not really the conversational type, especially not wanting to hurt any of his friends. But Kurama like, no, sock this man in the face. You know how rude that was? That's your notebook, kid. You can't let him do that. As no, it's fine. I remember all of it anyway, and I could just have one of my shadow clones rewrite all the information now, so it really doesn't matter for him. Ah, the kid, come on, you know that sucks. Just sucker punch him, just one good time. It'll fix all of your problems. No, I'm not really like that, you know. Fine, you're so. Sometimes I wish he was more abrasive like Naruto, but at least you have more smarts than he does. Fine. As Midoriya begins to walk home, and the sludge villain still attacks him as Kurama noticed the ill intent, but Deku wasn't paying attention as he was busy writing out notes, more notes about chakra control. And so, but he's like, dude, watch out! I'm telling dude, watch out! I'm warning you, I'm telling you. As he gets around it, as Kurama's like, oh crap. And he begins gathering nature energy for Deku as he doesn't have to anymore as he notices, what the what? As a huge buff man comes to save Deku and wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It just says, what in the world? Yo, kid, this is that number one hero guy you're always going on about. As Midori begins to fanboy out. It's like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. This is this is amazing. As Midoriya asks for autographs, and he looks and he says, "Oh crap, he already did it. How fast is he moving? I didn't even notice it." As he still wants to ask a question to All Might. As he grabs onto All Might jumps away, and he notices almost instantly because this kid has a pretty strong grip. As his eyes are like slanted like a fox, and he just assumes it's a scork, even though it's not. It's Sage Mode. He asks, "Can he become a hero out of work?" As All Might de-transforms in front of him. And he's like, "You're not All Might. You gotta be in a foster." As All Might says no, and he begins to explain everything what happened to him. His battle against a villain that left him injured like this. As Deku assumes, it has to be the villain Chainsaw Massacre, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. And All Might not wanting to give any information about All for one, he decides to go with that idea. He says, "Yeah, it was Chainsaw Massacre, but no, kid, you can still be a firefighter, you can be a police officer, but a hero, it's way too dangerous for a corporate person." As All Might assumed he had a quirk, as Deku says, "Hey, this is going to sound weird, but I think I can heal your injury. What do you mean? I know this is going to be a bit creepy, but I'm going to need you to bite my arm. You could kind of call it a power. I might be able to regenerate your stomach right there." He says, "Wait, what?" Just trust me. As he listens to Midoriya, and Midoriya began following the fox Chakra along with his own, because I'm giving him that healing factor here. Uzumaki healing factor and the Dicky Genkai. And he bites out on it as All Might begins to buff back up as he notices this is this is impossible. Nearly everything is coming back to place. As he feels his body and he feels for one for all going throughout his body once more. He buffs back up. Almost as if he says prime again, maybe even stronger. And he says, "Kid, thank you." And it did something more. It activated all my 40-year dormant chakra natures, chakra element. It's saying, "Well, what is this power? I never felt any of this before." As Kurama says, "Yo, I didn't even know this is possible. You you awaken his chakra network, and this he have almost as much chakra as Sakura. Not as much as Naruto, but he's pretty strong." As they hear a explosion going off, not being able to finish their conversation. And crap, I dropped the sludge balloon. As All Might grabs Midoriya, not wanting to leave him there because he wants to give Midoriya a gift. He sees and he goes a rush in, saving Bakugo, defeating the sludge villain. This time Midoriya not rushing in there. He says, and everybody still praises Bakugo as time flies past. And he takes Midoriya once again, and they go and speak somewhere privately. Well, All Might explains everything to Midoriya, and about One for All. Is Radicek was about to say no. He says, "No, this is a good thing. This might be able to help you use my power even more. This might be, this might even be more effective, like more effective than I realized in the first place. This, this could be, this could be the missing link we needed. You know how effective this is going to be. This could be what we've been looking for this whole time."
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go.
Yo, but kid, yes, this is perfect. It could strengthen your body too, as Midoriya would accept One for All, and he already feels it over to him. Kurama puts trying to make little droppers to make it by rest faster, as he could already feel it on, and he says, "Yo, fist bump with All Might." As Kurama in the background notices these people there. Who the heck are you guys? As Deku says, "What are you talking about, Kurama?" As he says, and the veteran says to Kurama, "Shh, not yet." As he says, nothing. It was just, I thought I saw something here. You must have been imagining something weird again. As Deku gets embarrassed, "No, it's not like that. I promise. I wouldn't do that again." "Yeah, right." As he says, "Hey, fist pump with me." All Might, as All Might does, and All Might sees this fox creature, this nine-tailed fox, just like in Japanese mythos and legends. And he asks Kurama, "What are you? Are you a nine-tailed fox demon?" As Kurama says, "No, I'm not a demon. But I do come from another world. Not hell or anything like that, but I'm not from here." As he left a small portion of his chakra within All Might, and he began training All Might of how to use the chakra, teaching him how to perform the Shadow Clone Jutsu to use the chakra properly, and in order to train him up a bit. And All Might, he could learn how to use jutsus like Shadow Clone, Sheep Walking, Water Walking, and All Might does more of the kind of what Chakra do since he have a big body. He does more things. He does more things like that instead of learning like actual the Rasengan. Because All Might, quite frankly, doesn't want that. But he does learn Chakra. Kurama does teach him Tsunade slash Chakra treatment technique. And All Might is even stronger than what he was as a kid. And if he goes One for All on top of that, was no longer have limit, but it will eventually fade out over the course of a few years, or even 7 years if you use it correctly. But that might not happen for long. But if you use it correctly, he could even save himself. But over the 9 months, he began training with Midoriya on how to use One for All. As Midoriya punches something and his arms is completely broken. I say you're able to handle right now. Your current say you're able to handle 20%. But remember, you have to let it spread throughout your entire body. As Kurama begins to heal Deku arm, as Midoriya, think about it like this: it's chakra. It goes throughout your entire body. You can't push it all at one point or all at one point. Imagine you just learning the Rasengan and what it has you do. If you added too much power, it would just implode. As Midoriya's like, "Oh right, I'm an idiot." As the next time he tries One for All, within the next week, he activates full count. He uses it at a lower level, even though he can use 20%, which is his current max right now. he creates full count, and it's hard to move in because he never had this power before. He never had a quirk, but it does strengthen his chakra network and it hastens it almost like the eighth gate, but with no drawbacks, which is really impressive for Kurama. And right now, hey kid, right now your body's able to handle my two telescope. At this rate, we're going to be able. If you keep training, we're going to be able to reach KCM in no time. As Alma says, hey, you're going to have to learn to fight too. Oh, Kurama taught me. Now, kid, I want to see your full power. As All Might have been training in the background, learning to strengthen his body. He can water walk and wall walk. He knows Chakra Clone Jutsu just in case. He can use it in battle, but All Might prefers just to use them in private for training because he doesn't want people asking questions. I want to see you I want to see you your full power right now. What is it? As he closes his eyes and he activates Sage Mode, his Fox Sage Mode, going into One for All, full cowling at 20%, and using Two Tails Cloak. As all I said, this might have been perfect. This you you might actually become the greatest user of One for All we have ever had. And yet again, I know Nana didn't want this. I know he wanted Uriel. But kid, you might have been a better option than even him. As throughout the 9 months, Deku has fully learned how to master full cow, but his current body limit is still 20%, and he half mastered the two cells cloak from, even though he doesn't need it, as doesn't really need it, as nothing have been able to challenge him enough to push it farther, and he's mastered his stage mode even farther, as well as gaining greater mastery over the Rasengan. Even All Might, he's way stronger than he was in canon at this point. As they head out and they begin to go to the entrance exam, and of course in the arena portion, Naruto Deku has been studying more since he has had a few shadow clones aside to help him train. And of course, he's pretty smart here, even smarter than he was in canon, and he was still able to make a pretty good score. But when it comes to the practical exam, Deku moving faster than the Eater when the alarm goes off, he's actually able to break a bunch of robots in time, and he is able to rack up quite a good number of points. But then he hears someone crying, and Midori's like, "Oh, I can't have this." Like he sees a girl in danger, and he runs towards her, going all out full stage mode, One for All, and your two so close. One is making the time, and he goes, and he completely bursts through the zero pointer, landing on his feet perfectly, saving the girl, and she thanks him. As she thanks him and says thank you, as Figurby girls comes, and Uraraka had a small screen or a knee, as Recovery Girl kisses her, and it heals her injury completely as she says thank you, and right at that moment, the prostitute exam comes to end, and about a week later, he gets his acceptance letters into 1A from Amma. He says, "Oh, I didn't know he was going to be a teacher here." As he says, "Welcome to Your Hero Academia," and apparently Deku's going to be in class 1A. As he's actually excited for the future to unfold.